Welcome to Inner Peace and Serenity with your host, speaker, coach, facilitator, Jeannie Muhammad. We hope that by the end of this show, you'll have feeling empowered and encouraged to live a better you. So take back your pen, take back your life, right here on Keever's Place with Miss Jeannie Muhammad.
Peace and blessings, beautiful souls. Apparently, I'm having a little problem here with my picture. Can you see? There I am. There I am. Peace and blessings, beautiful souls. I am Jeannie Muhammad, your happiness coach. Thank you for being here with me this evening. This is Inner Peace and Serenity at Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. And I want to start out by apologizing for any technical problems that we may have. For some reason, today my computer has been wanting to do what it wants to do, but I just want you to just sit back and relax and just hang with me. We're going to get through this. Tonight, we have a special guest, Supriya Prasad. She is the spiritual digital, and the name of our show tonight is The Power of Business Chakras. This is her, the way that she does business is to align up the chakras of the business owners with their business. Well, I'll let her explain all of that. Let's bring on Supriya Prasad, the Spirit Digital. Hi, how are you doing? Supriya, can you hear me?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, I can.
Okay, we apparently we're both having a few little technical problems tonight, but we're going to try to get through this the best way we can and believe that it is going to be okay. So
Yep.
Tell me a little about you, Supriya, and the audience, and how you started your business.
Okay, so this has been like quite a bit of a journey for me. So I started my business 4 years ago, and I was basically a freelancer. I was a social media freelancer and a digital marketing freelancer, did copywriting, all that stuff about 4 years ago. And this was after, I guess I was like in the corporate world for like 5 years before that.
Okay.
And mind you, when I started my business, I was still in corporate. I think I was in corporate up until like really 2 years ago. So when I started my business, I mean, I did not think it was going to take like not take off, but I didn't think it was going to go to the direction where it was going to go. I have been, so it was really a way to supplement my income. Like at the time, it was really a side hustle, and I was just doing it for everybody. But I noticed a pattern of the clients I was getting. I was getting people in the vegan field, the people in the spiritual field, the people, and I had clients everywhere. I mean, I live in Atlanta, so there was a lot of people in the entertainment industry. I was getting a lot of clients there, but I was also getting drawn to people who were in the spiritual, like energy. As well. So I was getting drawn to all of that stuff, getting involved in a lot of networking groups, involved in that. And, and I can specifically remember one in the Atlanta area that I went to where it was just the most amazing, positive, high vibe energy in that group. And they ended with a chakra heart meditation at the end of that whole event. And I really would think that that was a seed that was planted in me, to do something that was spiritual. Fast forward, like I got laid off from the job that took me to Atlanta, and got like another job that didn't quite work out in the Atlanta area too, and just started to go all in with my business at that point. This was just February. I think this was Valentine's Day, February 2020 was when I decided to change my name from SBB Productions to The Spirit Digital. And I wanted
Okay.
to focus on spiritual entrepreneurs. And that was really because for many years I was actually in the spiritual world myself. My mom was a Reiki healer. She did a lot of energy healing. She was a psychic medium. Resonated with that energy. I had my own gifts as well. I wasn't talking about it publicly, obviously, with everybody, but I did have those gifts, and I wanted to share that with people finally in 2020. And yeah, like and what I did was I wanted to and I had my agency at the time. So I was a freelancing agency, did a lot of for you services, social media, all that stuff for spiritual entrepreneurs. Didn't really get involved in the whole coaching thing until really after the pandemic. Until after the pandemic, and that's when I kind
Mm-hmm.
of realized I think people needed this stuff. People needed to get taught get taught like about this. So
Okay. I,
yeah.
it fascinates me because I have dabbled in um, Reiki, you know, and
Mhm.
I actually finished a course and it says I'm a Reiki master, but I feel like I have a long ways to go before I have mastered it. But it's
Mm.
always been very, very interesting to me about how everything is energy and how we a lot of times don't understand how we are energy and the things that we do, how it affects our energy. So when I talked to you, I was just really impressed with that you're using this um, as far as a technique for business owners to be able to align their chakras. And so when you do you only work with people that have that kind of spiritual tip and that will believe that you would be able to help them?
I work with anybody that resonates with that type of energy. So anybody, I mean, it could be really, it tends to be people in more of the spiritual realms, but I definitely like to work with people in that spiritual energy, with that spiritual energy, or has that open mindedness, I would say.
Oh, okay. Because it would definitely be a hindrance if someone does not believe, that they don't
Hmm.
understand how important the chakras are and being in a line in order to for us to achieve success. And I was going to ask you, because I have chakras stones.
Hmm.
Are they all the same? Are all stones the same, or is there like a special type that you use whenever you're
So, I think so I'm not as familiar with this chakra stones. I know red jasper is very good with the root. Citrine is for the sacral. And things like that. And green aventurine is great for the heart. And I'm not sure with the blue, but the amethyst crystal is the one that I like to use a lot
okay, what is it for?
for the third eye.
Oh,
And
for
I
the
actually
third
put it
eye.
on my third eye when I meditate.
Okay, and which one is that?
For that's the third eye, so that's the Ana. the chakra.
Right. Which stone? Because I have these
Oh,
stones here.
amethyst.
Oh, okay. Okay. What color is that one?
That's purple.
Oh, that's the purple one. That's this one. Okay. And so you put it on your third eye?
Well, I like to put it on my third eye. The crystals I use are more rough. I like to think that they're closer to the earth. They haven't been processed as much. So I like to use those.
Okay. Okay. Kiva was saying that maybe there's someone that's not familiar with what the chakras are, and I guess because I've dabbled in them somewhat, and you've dabbled, you not dabble in them, but I mean that's your field. I guess I'm acting as though everybody knows what the chakras are. So could you just go from like the root chakra to the crown chakra and explain what they are?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the root is on the base of your spine. It's in the reproductive organs, and it represents security and stability. And in business, this represents income. So it's all about your income levels, the security and stability for most businesses. That is sometimes sometimes this represents the client flow as
Mhm.
well. So client or customer flow depends on what type of business that you have. But it's the core, it's the root of your business. So what is the root? And most of the times that means money. And what that means is that how you can heal that if it's blocked. If it's blocked, you'll know that if it's blocked, if that you keep getting the same amount of clients that are not the money mindset's not working with your clients, they don't pay on time, all that stuff is happening with your business. Certain systems aren't working, things like that. And how you can heal it is working on your money mindset, and of course seeing what clients you are attracting in your energy. So that is the root chakra. The next chakra up, the solar plexus, that's just below your navel. That's what I like to call the womb space for women.
Mhm.
And for men too, like like there's a divine masculine and divine feminine, both in men and women as well. So that's where all of that. So if it's unbalanced, that means the divine masculine or divine feminine is in out of balance. So you have an imbalance of one or the other. For women, usually that means in business that their divine feminine is not present.
Okay, we
In
just kind of had a little glitch there, but go ahead.
Okay, so like I was saying, the for women in business, that usually means that the divine feminine is lost in their sacral. So that means actually getting back into their power in the sacral, getting back into their creativity. So what is inspiring them in their business and bringing the divine feminine back in to theirs, and that is all rooted in the sacral chakra. And the solar plexus is all about self-esteem and self-confidence. So how do we get that back into how do you get that back into balance? So if it's out of balance, that means you're not pricing yourself right, or there's not a lot of things that you're doing that you're not confident in yourself when you speak and when you talk as well. That leads also into the throat as well, but not just when you speak, but are you confident in what you're selling? That's all about sales too. So, and of course, if it's imbalanced, you're not really selling.
Mhm.
So, when to heal that, you have to get confident around your pricing as well. So, getting into that energetic flow of pricing. In the heart chakra, that's all about boundaries. And a lot of women who are in the who have spiritual businesses, it's not that they have, it's never that they have it's never that they have no empathy, because they do have a lot of empathy. That most of them are empaths themselves. So it means that you're giving too much when it's out of balance. For them, at least, they're giving too much, which means that they are the boundaries are not as the boundaries are just not there. So that means that you're overextending your discovery calls. You're overdoing everything. You're giving too much away, giving the farm away, as they call it, on all this stuff. So in order to fix that, you need to put the hard set on your boundaries too. The hard set. 30 minutes means 30 minutes and not 1 minute more. My hours are this way. My hours, these are my hours. We could talk in the morning. I love that you talked about this, but let's talk in the morning. Or if you have a free discovery call, it's like, hey, we have to end this call here, but if you want to talk more, here is the price list for all of my services. So you can get all that stuff more. So that's how you heal that heart chakra. The throat is all about communications. And this is where my background is, marketing, communications, your branding. How does your social media look? Is your branding consistent on all platforms? Are you speaking clearly with your voice on social media? Are you on podcasts? Are you doing everything that you can in your business? And of course, how this looks like in businesses, if it's unbalanced, is they are not communicating with their team. In big brands, this often looks like a big PR storm like that we had recently with all these people over, like, I think Delta had one a while back where it was just a big PR storm everywhere, like communications issue galore. Like it was not good. So that was that's the throat chakra. Like that's all blocked. So getting your branding in order, getting consistent, making sure your logo's everywhere, all that stuff goes into the throat chakra. Now, yeah, exactly. So the third eye is all about your intuition. And this is harder for a lot of people because tapping into your intuition is very, very difficult if you have not opened it up at all. I would say most spiritual entrepreneurs have tapped into it, but if you've never tapped into your third eye, it can be quite difficult to actually see what is coming for your clients. So can you, and the questions you should ask yourself if it's blocked is, do I know the next steps for my clients before they even tell me? And can I predict the outcome? Can I actually move forward with all this with them without really telling them? So that's how you tap into that third eye. And then of course, journaling, documenting how to open it up that's how you could journaling all the time, tapping in. If you're a dreamer, because some people aren't dreamers, if you're a dreamer like me, recording your dreams, because sometimes people do get stuff like that in your dreams. And I'm getting into the woo space here because I'm getting into more of the woo space because that's what the third eye is all about, tapping into all that stuff so you can predict for your business.
Okay, and then the crown. I know
the crown. So the crown is all about your purpose and what you're doing. How does everything align in your purpose? And how does everything fit in with what your soul wants to do in your business? So are you doing soul aligned work? And this is all about being within alignment in your business too. So is your soul aligned with it? Is everything that you're doing on alignment with it? And of course you can get all like spiritual and woo and talk about like downloads from spirit, downloads from getting downloads from spirit with your guides and everything, and getting in touch with all that, because that all has to do with the crown as well. But in business as well, you can actually use that crown and those downloads from message to get into your soul purpose, writing out your mission statement, your core values, everything, and write that on your website too. So
okay,
yeah,
that and that, as I said, I got really into it because I believe in all of this, all the spiritual realms, and because I have my spiritual guides, and so when I talked to you and you were talking about the chakras, and that is but because I had never really related it to my business and how important, but it makes perfect sense. it makes perfect sense that it would not be a separate thing from the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. It goes, the chakras are just one of those things where people can write 1,000 books on of chakras because they go deep. Each chakra goes deep and it involves everything in your life, including your business, because it's your own separate entity as well. And you are your business. And if you are a small business owner and if you're a medium-sized business owner, even as long as you're not a large corporation where you have multiple CEOs and multiple people on the board of advisors, all that stuff,
Mhm.
you are your own business, essentially.
Right,
At the end of the day,
right.
you are essentially your own business. And even if you do have like a board of advisors, they are all a part of your business. So you're dealing with multiple chakras at that point, because they are pouring in their chakras into all of their business. Because if you're one of those people that has like partners and everything, you're definitely dealing with multiple chakras into the business as well. And then you have to balance. You have to learn how to balance those out as well.
So is that what you do, Supriya? You take when you have a client, and then you go through certain discussions with them, ask them certain questions, find
Mhm.
out what the problems they're having in their business, and say it is where they're having trouble understanding branding and understanding, how to get that aspect of the business together. Do you have like exercises and
Oh
things that you
yeah.
give them to do?
Yeah, a lot of people like come to me because their throat chakra and their business is, all it's because the communications, the branding, all that stuff is not in alignment with their business.
Mm-hmm.
So we clear the throat chakra, but I go and work with all of their chakras on the energetic level too to see if everything is working like it should. Because in marketing, for the many years I have been in marketing, it's not just the marketing that needs work in businesses. You find it, like, because when you go in, you find out that you go into the back ends of everything, and then you find out their PayPal isn't working, or their all this stuff isn't working. They actually don't have, like, some of the registration got expired last year, and all of this other stuff, and which deals with all of these other chakras too. And that's where the healing comes into place too.
Okay. Okay. That makes perfect sense because I may know my purpose. My crown chakra may be open. So it's not unusual for one chakra to be open and then the other six closed, or or two open and five are closed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I
That can
mean,
happen.
you can they can go like from open to close each and every day. Like, I mean, in your personal chakras, they do differ. I mean, they do differ each and every day, but your business chakras, they can be open for months. One can be open for months, all of them can be open for months. And then there's something can happen within the business that it's like, you know, for example, a bank merged, two banks merged. I'm banking with one of the banks that merged out here in Atlanta, and they merged, and they actually completed the merge 2 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I banked with one of the banks that merged. So my card did not work. I never got a new card from that bank.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's an example of a root chakra issue, which that means that's the finances. That's the core, that's the root, that the finances. So I had to go to the bank. I still have to go there and like get my new card because they actually never sent me one. They sent me one for
Oh,
the
okay.
personal one, but not for the other one. So that's a very good example of a root chakra block. So once that root chakra block will get cleared once that comes in, stuff like that.
Oh,
And
I
dealing,
see
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Once circumstances that are related to that chakra, once that's resolved, then that chakra will open. Say with me right now, I'm working on the branding in my
hmm
business. My website went down. I couldn't sell my books on my website. I couldn't direct people to my website for my blog, for anything. So that was part of that would be my throat chakra, right?
yeah, yep, throat, exactly. You got
And,
it.
okay, and once I get all of that resolved, then my throat chakra will be open, my business.
Yeah, I mean, when you get like, and it's not just that, you have to like consistently do the work. So it's not just like one and done, like sort of thing.
Mhm.
You have to make sure everything is going at all points with your social media. I mean, so for example, the website might be not be the website or the blog might be open, but are your social media posts going out at the same time? Are you consistently sending out the message? On social media, because if it's not, so this is months and months and months like of work, because it could be months that it closes, but then it could be months that that's open for.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I understand. I understand. Okay. I have a new respect for the business chakras. Okay. I
yeah,
understand. Um, Supriya, we have to close this out. It is time for us to go. But
yeah.
I want thank you again for being with us. And I would like to have you come back um next week if possible, because I would like to go into it more in depth with you, because I'm starting to understand it more, and I think it will be helpful to a lot of business owners if they understand what is going on when certain aspects of their business is kind of going out of whack.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to. Yes, we should
Okay, and
definitely
then
talk about that
next
again.
week, I pray that the technical end of it will won't be the way it is, and we can really, because I find this very, very interesting. And thank you again for sharing with us. Now tell us again how to get in touch with you.
Yes, so you could email me Supriya at supriyaprasad.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook, Supriya.digital, Instagram, Supriya.digital, or LinkedIn, Supriya Prasad, as well. And TikTok too, TikTok at Supriya.digital too. I love TikTok. So
Okay, okay, all right. Supriya, thank you again so much. And I will look forward to having you back with me next week.
yes, thank you
Okay,
so much. It was a pleasure.
okay. All right. You have a great evening.
You too. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye bye. Oh, that was great. I learned a lot of things there. Thank you for being with us this evening. I'm Jeannie Muhammad, your happiness coach. You can contact me at Jeannie at imjeaniem.com. That is my email. I am, in addition to being a happiness coach, and here's my website, imjeaniem.com and /store. That's where you can purchase my books. As I said before, my website is being revamped, but I checked it today, and you can go and purchase some of my books there at my website. It is imjeaniem.com/store. Thank you so much again for being with us. And until we meet again, as I always say, and I've been doing this a lot today, taking a deep breath and letting it out slow. Taking a deep breath and letting it out slow. And until we see each other again, stay blessed and stay safe.
Thank you for watching Kiva's Place, Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Kiva's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Kiva's Place Booking. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.